Hi guys, it's Vanessa Aitken here. Today what I'd like to talk about is wisdom. Now, wisdom is something that has become incredibly important to me, and I don't know what you think about when you think about wisdom or someone who is wise. But when I used to think about wisdom and wise people, I would think of the Dalai Lama, I would think of Buddha, I would think of Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela, whoever it might be, monks, Buddhist monks. And I would think about these people and I would think they are incredibly wise, and they have gotten that wisdom because they have been incredibly disciplined in acquiring the wisdom. They've spent 10,000 hours on the meditation mat if they're Buddhist, or they have devoted themselves to the scriptures, or they have devoted themselves to the spiritual teachings of whoever. And I thought that in order for me to have wisdom, or for any of us to have wisdom, we would have to lead that kind of life. Now, I've since learnt that that is not true. And that is what I'm going to share with you today, how within us lies a deep pool of inherent wisdom, and that we are all born with the same amount of wisdom. Now, when I was first introduced to that concept, I virtually laughed at my teacher. I thought, you are ridiculous. That is not true. How can you possibly say that the Dalai Lama and I are as wise as each other? And she said, well, you were both born with the same amount of wisdom. It's just that the Dalai Lama has learnt to listen to and see his wisdom better than you have right now. And I still scoffed, and I thought that's the most ridiculous statement. And I went off, and for about 2 weeks it sat with me. And then I thought about the concept of being born with wisdom. And I thought about what would that mean to me if I took that on board as a truth. And all of a sudden I had these feelings of calmness, these feelings of clarity and security and certainty. And it was like having a, it sounds daggy, but it was like having a warm blanket wrapped around me, and it gave me such confidence to be who I am and to be in this world, and it completely changed the way I felt about myself. It gave me more strength and more security and certainty in who I am. And I realized that I didn't have to get up at 5:30 every morning and sit on my meditation mat. I didn't have to do that anymore. I just had to learn to listen and notice. Now, I'm not saying that meditation isn't important. I love meditation. But I don't need to do that to be wise. I do it because it feels great. But in order to tap into my wisdom, all I needed to do was listen and see differently. And when I started to do that, I noticed different things. I felt differently. I didn't get as cranky. And I just felt so much more peace. And I encourage you to contemplate the thought that you were also born with wisdom. Have a think about that. Really have a think about that. Or don't. But let me know. Let me know what you think about it. It's fascinating to me. And I'd love to know what you think about that. So please contact me and let me know.